What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 1 spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. And before I get on to my recap, I just want to say over the next 3 months, I will be reviewing over 43 TV shows, so get hyped. Yesterday, I uploaded my Gotham Season 3 premiere review. You guys can check that out on the channel as well. Next week, baby, Luke Cage on Netflix. So we begin with Daisy chasing after a truck, and once it's halted on the streets, an unexpected guest makes his first appearance ever. Robbie Reyes, aka the Ghost Rider. Now, one of the guys decides to shoot an RPG at the Ghost Rider. The car launches up into the air, engulfs in flames, lands perfectly on its 4 tires, and Ghost Rider attacks the guys. There is a survivor, and then Ghost Rider ends up taking one of the guys in his trunk. Now, what was really cool is there was a shot where this guy was looking and blood splatters on him, and that's happened before on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but this was very brutal, very dark of how the blood splattered, man. Ghost Rider is the type of guy, of course, has his thing. He looks at you into your soul and he burns your soul, man. He's a very, very dark character, and it's awesome to have him on this show. It was a great pick to bring him into the show. So anyway, there's a survivor who dies in the hospital because Daisy goes and visits him. He dies and he's like, the Rider, he burns your soul. And then he ends up bleeding from his stomach and everything. S.H.I.E.L.D. is after Quake. Robbie ends up interrogating this guy in his place where he works on cars and everything, his auto whatever place in the garage. He ends up beating this guy up for info on this yellow truck. Now Yo-Yo returns, Yo-Yo Rodriguez, of course, who has stuff going on with Mac. That's one of the favorite things about season 3 is Yo-Yo and Mac. I think their relationship, and I'm glad that she was part of the Inhumans. She's very quick. I believe she's one of the quick ones of the Inhumans, which was really cool to see. So she returns. She's messing with Mac a little bit, kind of, a little comedic, little happy smile there. Fitz is at Radcliffe's house, and we see an AI robot that looks like an actually live human, and this is where Ex Machina begins on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man. I thought it was a really, really cool add-on. Fitz is like, what are you doing? I'm gonna have to snitch and everything. Basically is what he's saying. So Radcliffe is like, oh, no, I wanted to show Simmons and everything. Of course, Simmons is at a higher level. Everyone is now separated. Mac is with Coulson. Fitz barely gets to see Simmons, only when they go home at night. Like, everyone is now, May is training other people. Everyone is in different level sectors since of the Sokovia Accords. Now, Yo-Yo is giving pills and info to Quake on a bus. She kind of talks about, what's going on. Coulson's looking for you. He wants to find you. And she's like, yeah, well, no. So Robbie ends up killing the guy. I'm assuming he ends up getting in his car and just driving and impaling the guy in the car. That's very brutal act there, Robbie Reyes, but he ends up killing the people that deserves to die. He's basically like Dexter. He doesn't kill anybody. He kills the people that, like a pedophile or a rape, stuff like that. So he tries to do good, vengeance, but who and the thing Daisy says later in the episode, who are you to judge? Who are you to be the judge, jury, and executioner? Now, the 2 bodies are found in a yellow 18-wheeler. This is where Coulson and Mac find 2 bodies in the back, and he has new tech on his hands, which is a really cool add-on. And you could say the new tech comes in handy. Anyway, the people open a box. These these group of gangsters open up this box that they were holding here, and a bunch of magic comes out. A bunch of weird, steamy magic comes out, and they start to go crazy. They start killing each other. They're seeing things, they're hallucinating. So Simmons is higher up level, like I said earlier. She threatens May and says, you need to go get Coulson. The director says they want Coulson and them out of the field. Now, Ghost Rider versus Daisy. The best moment out of the whole episode, man. Daisy goes and confronts Ghost Rider. She's playing him around, and then he's playing around like, yeah, in the back in the trailer. And then, the fight begins. He says, it's not my fault or whatever, it's his, because the Ghost Rider is his own. Almost like Bruce Banner and the Hulk. The Hulk takes control. Ghost Rider takes control. Now, he doesn't kill her. He doesn't end up killing her. He's close to, but he's like, you know what? No. Maybe because she's like, I deserve it. But apparently the Ghost Rider didn't think she deserves it. Now, May ends up showing up and helping Coulson and Mac out. Robbie's brother, we get to see him. He's disabled. He's in a wheelchair. And he's Chris from Fear the Walking Dead. No wonder he got that haircut a few months ago. I was like, oh, yeah, what's he going to now. Of course. It's great. I'm glad he's in there, man. I'm glad he's in there. Robbie Reyes, so he is a family guy. He cares for his brother. He's not a cold serial killer that's like, I'm going to kill everyone I want. He does have a family. He does look out for people. He does have people to feed. He does have people to take care of. And that's the thing about Robbie Reyes, man. I think that's going to be an awesome story to find out of his origins and see where he's come from and how he got his powers. I think that'll be a cool single episode for the Ghost Rider himself. Now, after that, May sees Coulson, and May sees Coulson's face kind of turn into a ghost-like state of hallucination. And that's weird because from what we saw, May and Coulson didn't come in contact with that weird magic. And the weird magic is, it's almost like there's ghost around them and haunting them, and it kind of attaches them. It attaches himself to them, and that's weird. Possession, maybe, I'm not sure, but May sees it on Coulson, and then it was just a hallucination. So we don't know what's going on. Maybe May's gonna have some demons to fight this season, man. The mystical, the Doctor Strange vibes that they said were gonna come to the show. That's gonna be really awesome. Anyway, on to the pros and cons. First off, I have to say, I really enjoy the darker tone that they're going with. Now, I really enjoyed the opening and the way that they introduced the Ghost Rider. The RPG hitting the car and it launching into the air was really cool. It was a cool thing, even though it was full-on CGI. I know you can't do that practically and everything, but it did take me out for a second. I'm like, now the Ghost Rider CGI, when he's the Ghost Rider, that's cool. It doesn't bother me that much. But I'm saying just that one little of it flying in the air, it turning on fire, I think it would have been a little cool. Don't get me wrong. Just an idea. Just my idea. Just a little. Let me tell you. If the missile would have just hit the car and it looks like it blew up, and they would have been like, yeah, we got him. We got the Rider, boys. And then all of a sudden it emerges from the fire, and the car's on fire and everything, and you see the skull when he's driving in the car, and just like, how awesome would that have been? Either way, it still was very cool of it flying in the car, but just the CGI and the effects. But still, it was a really cool opening, and the blood splattering and the darker tone, and like, no, ah, and them screaming and them scared, and he's burning your soul, man. And the way, the shot of it, the way when Quake was looking at him in the fire, and you could barely see him, barely see his skull on fire, walking around grabbing a guy. That was kind of haunting, like almost like if you're recording something that you shouldn't be, and you're like you're just like scared that you might get caught. But just the way that it looked, and the fire, and all that, that was a really cool opening for me. Now, I'm very excited that Yo-Yo is back. She was one of my favorite Inhumans last year, especially when she joined the Secret Warriors. I love her storyline with Mac. I think they're actually a cute couple, and they make me smile, man. I think Mac's a cool character. Yo-Yo's a cool character. I believe she's a season regular or series regular this season, so she's not going to be in a few episodes. She's actually part of the show now, which, again, last year I said, I wish Yo-Yo was every week. So hopefully she does get to be in here every week. I'm really hoping so. Fitz and Dr. Radcliffe have now turned Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into Ex Machina. That whole little storyline there of the woman and the robot, because it was teased last year at the end of Season 3, and we were thinking to ourselves, AI? Ultron? Are they going to do some, not Ultron himself, but I'm saying, are they going to do another sort of robot in Season 4? Is that going to be the villain? Is it going to be some sort of Ultron bot in a sort of way? Now, I don't think he'll turn on them. Hopefully not. They don't go in that obvious, predictable way. It's going to turn on them. But I do like the idea, this whole Ex Machina style, and how he was like, oh, God, I'm sorry. She's not dressed and everything, and I'm not a sicko, and he's all like trying to justify what he's seen and everything. Either way, I like that little story arc that they're doing between Radcliffe and Fitz. It's kind of weird seeing our team being split up. Simmons is at a higher level. She's working with the director. Melinda May's teaching a bunch of students how to fight. Coulson and Mac are on the field. Fitz and Radcliffe are an Ex Machina now. I mean, that makes it mean, and Quake is with Ghost Rider doing that whole story arc there. So it does make each and every story arc more interesting. It has its own, like, I could like this, I could like that, instead of last year when everyone was basically on the same side. They were a whole team, and now that they're separated and they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing this and doing that, it's just, I don't know, it's more a flow. There's more of a river flow. There's more of to breathe. There's more breathing room, I guess I could say. And last but not least, on the pros, the practical and CGI effects are very well done. Does Ghost Rider look a little bit weird? Does his skull not fit his body and everything? Is it a little cartoony? Yes, it is, but then again, this is Robbie Reyes. This is a different interpretation. This ain't Johnny Blaze, blazing all day, Nicolas Cage. We're not on that stage anymore, man. We're on Robbie Reyes, so I think he looks really cool. It would be cool, too, even though it's not really possible, but they could put a mask on him, like a skull mask, and then they could just light it red, and then they could add the CGI fire later. But that would be pretty simple if they just put a mask on him, and it's a skull mask, like a full-on skull replica, and then they add the fire later, and they have a red light to say that it's on fire at the moment and stuff like that. That'd be cool too. Practically, just thinking with my head, they could do that. But that too, the CGI, I think it looks really cool. I like how he grabs the stuff and it goes on fire, and you can see his skin burning off and everything when he turns into the Ghost Rider. So that was a really cool add-on. Also, I'm not gonna lie, my soul was a little burnt since the fight between Daisy and Ghost Rider was very short. I understand he didn't kill her, and because she didn't deserve to die or whatever, but I'm just saying, for a premiere, hear me out, Daisy and Ghost Rider should go at the fight. I don't know whether they had a budget cut or something, or what they were doing, but the fight was very short. It was just, oh, I did that, I threw you against the car, oh, this, that. Like, the fight wasn't that long. I kind of wanted the fight to be 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. This is the premiere. People are watching. People who, oh, Ghost Rider's going to be on the show. I don't care for the other season. I'm just going to watch this. People like that. You have to get them in there. You have to get them going. And it was a short fight. Now, the fight was good. It's rewatchable. I'll watch it again. I really like Ghost Rider. I like his look, and I like the Robbie Reyes version. But it just was a short fight. I want to see more. I know, but he doesn't kill her this week, and then next week, I'm going to have to hurt you. Like, in the promo, like, really? Like, now they're gonna go at it again next week, but yet you didn't. Now, of course, I love Coulson and Mac, man, but their story arc this episode was the weakest to me. The whole, the whole group of people, and then the magic comes out. Doctor Strange comes out, does a cameo, all that. No, he doesn't do a cameo. That'd be cool though. But they're like, oh, my eyes, oh, and then he's like, what are you doing? Get away from me! And then they end up shooting the guys and everything. Like, it was just a week. And then May comes in, and then we don't get to see the other people take down the other. Like, it was just weak. It was just the weakest one. I like Coulson, I like Mac, I like his new technology for sure, but it still was just the weakest element to me of the premiere. Also, I don't know what they're doing with Melinda May this season, because she did see a ghostly Coulson on his face and everything. It was a hallucination. I'm hoping it is not technically possessed, or it's not a ghostly storyline in a sort of way. We already have Ghost Rider. We only need one ghost. We don't need another ghostly magical presence. I mean, I like magical presence, but not like because the ghosts look cheap, man. The ghosts did look very cheap. They were like walking around like it just looked very cheap, I'm like, oh no, don't do that. Don't be why? What were they opening? They never really specifically. I know they're gonna tell us soon. But why do they need whatever, like, I heard if you look in there, you die, whatever, and then he looks in there or whatever, like, oh, Indiana Jones. Like, I just kind of thought that was a little weak. But overall, I thought it was a really good premiere, man. I was impressed by Ghost Rider, the opening, Quake and her powers, her getting dressed. I like the Ex Machina addition to it. I call it Ex Machina. If you have not seen the movie Ex Machina, watch it now. Do it! The whole fits, and he's away from Simmons in the virtual reality lab. Little add-ons like that. Yo-Yo and Mac, hopefully a little love springs in the air. Little baby, come on, 9 months later, have a Yo-Yo and Mac baby, I think, yes. As well, again, I think Coulson and Mac just kind of had a slower, little weak storyline this episode. I don't really care for the new director. They already cast the new director. Until I see him, I'll judge him by then, but I'm just saying, it's not nobody big. It's just an actor who's going to play the director. I wish it was like somebody big, like Nick Fury's back, or somebody's back, or somebody from the movies, or something like that. But it's not. It's just some guy. I have no idea who. Either way, I really enjoyed this premiere. I thought the action was cool. I thought my soul's burning, and the blood, and the guys getting, killed, and the blood splatter, and the dark tone, and the screaming, and the mercy, and the fire, and the artwork on the side of the road. You haven't heard of him? You probably knew. That's the Ghost Rider. I thought that was all cool. I like that a lot. So I'm going to give this premiere a B+. I will say this. Gotham Season 3 premiere was good. This was really good. So I did enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. more than Gotham Season 3 premiere this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you could smack that like button. You could comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like Ghost Rider? Do you not? You can share this review with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more awesome Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reviews every single Tuesday night, of course. I'll be here for y'all, or Wednesday morning. It depends on my schedule. Well, either way, y'all have a good week. Enjoy yourself. Treat yourself. Till next time, hit the subscribe button for more. The road to 500 has begun. We're almost near 400 subscribers. Let's make it happen. And, yeah. Thanks again. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ghost Rider, Inhumans, what's going to go down, Doctor Strange in a few months? Come on. We got it good. We got it good, man. Bye-bye.